Hello, people of God. This is my Jacob's Way TV. I am Dupi Dupi Singer, and this is episode 26. I was told by God that 3 months were not my appointed time, that He, God alone, decides the appointed time. And He told me I was going to spend 3 years. I could not argue with God. Much earlier, when things had gone a little airy for me, very bad, I had cried to the Lord and wept to Him in prayers. And I saw a revelation. In the revelation, I was at the Sea of Galilee. I've never been to Israel before, but I have read the scriptures. I was at the Sea of Galilee, and I was there with Jesus Christ. And it was as if I had toiled all night, like Peter toiled, and I had caught nothing. And now I was at the side of the sea, and the Lord was there with me. The Lord Jesus was there with me. And I said I did not catch anything. And He said, well, He wanted me for another assignment. And that was why He made sure that I did not catch anything. So I woke up, and I remember that I told my first daughter, I said, why would the Lord make me pass through all the things I passed through? He should have told me from the beginning that He wanted me for something else. And my daughter looked at me and chuckled and shook her head and said to me, Mommy, you would not have listened to Him. So He allowed things to start building up and grinding to a stop for me, like He would do for anybody else who he knows will not ordinarily want to hearken to His direction. So I was going to go 3 years. I remember that the first person ever that saw me under the dogoyaro tree, incidentally, the dogoyaro tree is known to be the Neem tree, Neem tree, Neem tree, where I parked my car and where I would stay after spreading out the axe with the roses. The first person that saw me was my cousin, Babatunde Oluranti Ogunranti, and he stopped on the other side of the road and crossed over to see me. He had seen my car. He was sure that it was my car from the number of the car, and he came over to me, met me in the car, and looked at me. First of all, trying to ascertain the fact that I was mentally all right. And when he was sure I was, he said, Auntie, what are you doing here? And with tears misting my eyes, I wasn't crying, but there were tears misting my eyes. I looked at him and said, somehow I am sure it was the Lord that asked me to come here. I'm sure it was the Lord that asked me. For whatever reason He asked me to come, I do not know, but I know I heard Him, and I have gone round in circles enough to want to disobey Him. So I came, so that I don't know what He wants to do with my life. And I was also waiting for Him to snicker at me and laugh me to scorn. But He also prayed for me, looked around and said, but this place is so lonely. Are you sure you are safe? I said, don't worry, I'll be okay. And then He crossed over to His own car and drove off. May God bless you, my love. The second person I think that saw me is another cousin of mine. She's a senior cousin from my mother's side, Sister Feyi Adekpate. She might not remember, but I can never forget. She was also driving past on the other side, and she saw me and parked her car and crossed over and asked me, "What are you doing here?" And I also told her that the Lord told me to stay there. She also prayed for me and went on her way. And the third person, I used to say to the Lord, don't let anybody stop that I won't have a word for. The third person that stopped is incidentally Mrs. Funmi Sogbesan. Sister, I hope I got your name right. If I didn't get your name right, I'll correct myself in future episodes. She worked for Cadbury, and in the course of my soft furnishings, I had worked with her. Anytime I had to do some furnishings for Cadbury, Mrs. Funmi Sogbesan. And she also stopped and looked at me and said, what are you doing here? I said, Auntie, I looked away for a while. Auntie, I am sure the Lord has asked me to stay here. I don't know what for, but I'm sure I heard him. And she also said to me, the Lord who spoke to me will see me through. And she was on her way. There were times I had to try to disguise myself, especially when I was spreading the flowers. I would tie my scarf in a way that people would not recognize me. I would wear dark glasses. There were a couple of people who recognized me nonetheless. They would be driving past. They would see that it was me. They would stop. They will reverse midway to getting to me. They will start their car again. They never stop to talk to me. And I always reckoned that they initially would say, well, that is Dupe's singer. Is she in any mess? Is that why she's on the road? And then when they will be reversing, they probably were saying to themselves, what if she has a mental problem? And if she has a mental problem, will we be able to handle her in this seemingly lonely place? So instead of stopping to talk to me, they will speed off and they will be on their way. You can imagine how lonely I was and how terribly I felt. There was one day I needed money, and I did ask the Lord, if you are the one who sent me to that place, send an angel to bring me 50,000 naira. I was insistent. By the time I come back, Lord, I want to be sure that I have 50,000 naira cash with me. I went and returned home. There was no 50,000 naira. As I was driving into my house, I said to the Lord, you see, maybe I am not even sure that it was you that sent me. I asked you fervently for this 50,000 naira, and it had not come. Maybe it is not you. As I entered my house and I was putting my bag down, asking for a cup of water at the dining table, I saw a brown envelope, and I asked somebody in the house, what is this in this brown envelope? Big brown envelope. And the person said, a cousin of mine, who incidentally is late now, but who was very dear to me, Mrs. Yemi Akere, sent the money, or sent the envelope. I quickly opened the envelope, and lo and behold, there was 50,000 naira cash. I didn't ask Sister Yemi for money. Incidentally, I would not have wanted to ask Sister Yemi for money. But the Lord will always know who He wants to send to you. You might want it your way, but He has His own ways. Some of these experiences I will still share with you in further episodes. But for now, I hope you are following and you are enjoying. And the Lord kept talking. I want to ask you, what is the Lord saying about your life? Who are you? What is the Lord saying about your future? What has the Lord said to you in the past? Have you ever taken the first step so that you will know the second step? Or you are just laid back? You are boasting that you hear the voice of the Lord, but you never go out, step out to obey Him. Like I said, Bishop Oyedepo said, if you do not take the first step, you will never know what the second step is. And faith, according to Bishop Oyedepo, is not a profession. It is work. Faith is work. Let me leave you today with that message. Faith is work. So the Bible says, show me your faith without work. I leave you to fill in the gap. This is my Jacob's Way TV, and I'm Dupi Dupi Singer. Subscribe, hit the notification button, share, and leave your comment. God bless you. Bye bye.